Hey everyone, it's me, Kenny. I wanted to say that I'm gonna be trying to get back to YouTube. It's been a year since my last review, and I'm very sorry about that. But it was starting in May when I was going to try and get back to doing reviews, but then uh, my adopted sister started coming back into our lives, and I started having to help out during the weekends during the summer last year, and that made things too stressful for me and my family. So I had to really put my reviews on hold and stop doing that for a while, because then that was also interfering in a way with my personal life and my family life. My my family doesn't really know, and it's not for them to know, but it was making things hard for me emotionally. And then in sometime, I think in July or August, then my adopted sister and her two little girls of her own, and then that was what I was going over during the weekends helping out with at my parents' house, because they went over there each weekend, and then that was making things really stressful for me during the summer. Then like July to some time, I think September, is when all three of them started staying over at my mom and dad's full time. And then during that time, from May to about September, there are times when others that she knew would stay over here for the night, and then that was making things stressful and hard for me to do videos. And then things started getting worse in September when all three of them started actually staying here all the time, her and her little girls. And then that made things even more harder for me to try and get around to doing videos, because they made it noisy here. And then I think it was in January when she left, and then things got a little better for me and my brother here, and then came back again in February for a little while, and then she left. Things started getting better for a month, and then it was March 29th, just recently now, and when she came back, and she's been here ever since. But I've come around to accepting that she's been adopted with us this year now 10 years, but she's been a part of our lives for 12 years, and I always had a big problem with her. But it wasn't until Monday when I started really coming around and accepting this situation, and I'm getting better at making it better and easier for myself by letting my anger go and my hostility, and now trying to spend time with them and trying to be more involved in the family. Now, one reason I also haven't been one to do videos is there's a bunch of boxes back over here that's all DVDs that belong to my mom, and VHS tapes back over here, and then there's other VHS tapes in my closet that Amanda is our adopted girl, and she's the one being that's been adopted with us for 10 years now, but her little girls kept playing with the VHS tapes, or the VHS tapes here, dropping the tapes out of the cases. I kept wanting to play with them, so I kept having to put them in my room, and I didn't like showing this in the background. So I've been waiting all this time to I'm waiting for her to leave and not have to constantly come back, so I can get the DVDs and VHS tapes out of my room. But it might be a little while longer until she finally is able to get into her own place. So these will probably keep being in the back more than I want. So I gotta accept that too. But her girls kept playing with the VHS tapes, jumping them out of the cases onto the floor and kept stacking them around, playing with them, dropping them. Same with the DVDs, kept knocking them off the another thing of shelves, and then now I barely have any space in my closet too, because that's where a bunch of other VHS tapes are. But right now I can't do anything about it. I got a safety box that's also under all the VHS tapes, but I can't get into that right now since there's videotapes there. But I'm getting okay with it. I'm coming around to accept it, so it's not that bad anymore. It's not a bad situation anymore. I'm making it emotionally not a bad situation for me. So once she finally does go, then I'll get the videotapes and DVDs out of here, and then hopefully they won't be in the background anymore. But who knows when that will be. But I wanted to talk about that, just be open and honest, and apologize for not being able to do videos, primarily just because of me deciding not to for a year. And I'm gonna see about trying to get back into it, but that will be whenever she's not here during at a certain time, because she tends to be here a lot, and she could hear if I'm doing any video, she could hear what I'm saying and then knock on the door and interrupt me, and it's easier for me to wait until she goes and then I'll do videos. And so I'm getting better at, I think I've gotten to accept this, and now I feel a little happier now with coming to grips with this. So I hope you all have been well. I'm glad some people are still watching the videos. And so I got quite a bit of reviews that I want to do. I got some movie tickets that are up here on my shelf, and others that I have written down, and I'll look at those and then get back to doing those reviews. But I still feel a little embarrassed having the DVDs and videotapes in the back here, because in videos previously, those were never there. All this stuff was never behind me. And then there's that black and red bag back here, which I think is my mom's, but I had to take that for her because she had no room for it. So things in my life overall have been quite tough and very stressful and emotionally and even physically for me. But I'm okay with it now. So I'm in a better place in my life now. I feel like I'm getting emotionally better. So I'm feeling happier. And so that's all I want to say in this video. Just like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Oh, stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.